Are we here? Is it time?
We're gonna sync it up. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Every time you've done that,
I love it.
and I haven't done it not once.
This time,
we got different outfits on.
we got different outfits on.
It's a different day.
We have a libation to help us. Praise be to the Most High God.
Shabbat
Hey, glory. Welcome back to Emergency Contact. We can do better than that.
We can.
Welcome back to Emergency Contact.
I am one of your hosts with my emergency contact, Malcolm Hayden.
And I am one of your hosts with, what did you say? I am here with I am here with my host as well, my emergency contact, Kenny Morgan. I've not seen you all week.
I know.
How you feel?
I'm good. It's like that time in New York where we're not quite in winter, but we're not quite in summer yet.
Right.
Which is famously spring. But it like we had that 1 or 2 days that was really warm, like in the 70s or 80s.
And then it rained.
And then it rained all week, and then it's was in the 50s yesterday. We were at $3 Bill last night, and it was supposed to be outside, but it rained. I wore shorts and a short sleeve shirt, and then it was 55 degrees.
I have the worst news. I was also out. He was out and about last night. I was out and about last night. And I am in my car home, right in the Uber, coming home, and I'm like, you know what? If I Postmates my food now, it'll get to the house around the same time that I get there.
That's next level.
Think it's smart. I get home, I take my little BC powder, I drink some water to the dome, and I go right to sleep. I woke up this morning and I went, oh no.
Did he leave it at the doorstep?
Leave it at the door. He couldn't get in the building.
He said thank you.
He called me twice. And I went, oh no. I jump out of the bed and I run to the door. Ain't nothing there. I went, oh no.
That's tough. I did not do that. I did, however, I was coming back from Brooklyn and I took the subway.
At what time?
It was 1:30. Because I opened that Uber app and it said $65. And I said I can take a train for $60.
65 USDs?
USD, baby. Girl, the tariffs. And what I did do is I said, since I was responsible and I took the train home, I'm buying food. And I ordered my Taco Bell on my Taco Bell app for pickup. Like, I got off the train, I walked in, it was ready, I grabbed it, I was home, eating it on my couch in my underwear in 10 minutes.
I get taking a car home because it's $65, but damn, just anything after midnight, I'm like, I don't know. If I've spent money all night so far, I done spent money all night.
I bought the tickets.
I bought the alcohol. I've been kikiing all night. I've been tipping the girl. You can't get no car ride home either. That's the line. That's the line.
This is my day where I like my famous last words are, well, we're already here.
We're already here.
What's a little extra?
I done spent all this money already.
And when you think about it, none of the money that we're spending is real anyway.
No.
Because you and I are famous if we put everything on our credit card.
In Jesus' name.
We pay it out the bank. I don't use my debit card because sometimes...
That's my money.
Right, well...
That's my money.
But since I've become like a 1099 employee, I have to have enough like liquid cash in there to pay rent, pay health insurance, pay taxes, and if I can pay my credit card bill whenever I got
whenever I got the time.
That number is not real.
Not to me.
When you think about it, all that it is a number on a screen.
And you can't let it scare you. That's the problem with the girls. The numbers.
That number starts creeping up,
and it gets a little scary.
I'm gonna come out and say this. I'm pro credit card debt. I think it's very chic.
Keep going. Make your case, Myrtle.
Because eventually, I want to die. Who you going to? I'm not married.
Yeah.
But I am available.
You know we got a new pope now. I'm sorry. I've been meaning talking to you about this.
What do you mean? Do I know? Yes, I know.
We got it. It's a big deal for some of the girls.
And he's American.
He's American
First
from
American
Chicago.
Pope. First American Pope.
First Pope. I have not. I mean,
cheers to the Pope.
Cheers to the Pope.
Cheers to the Pope, Leo.
Cheers to the Pope.
Pope Leo. I forgot what his name was before he picked his new name. But you know what's so funny?
What?
You know what's so funny?
What's funny?
This man's been known by one name his whole life, and all of a sudden he wants to put on a dress, wants to put on some fancy jewelry, pick a new name.
And everyone's
and we're all like, no, that's Leo. I'm like, so you do know how it works.
That's a good point.
So you do know how it works.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. I see the vision.
Because this is the thing, and I have seen this thing, and someone was like, got it. So asking for a friend.
Right.
If someone just wants to like pick a new name and start going by it
and run that name
because it's more fashionable. Let's be honest, because I don't remember what his boy name is, but it's something stupid like Brad or Peter.
Boy name?
Like it's like,
boy name.
I don't remember what his dead name is, but if Leo is the one he's chosen, I'm gonna call him by his preferred name. I just want to point out we do know how that works, right? The Catholic girls quaking
and a hush fill over Jerusalem.
Right.
That I didn't even think about that.
No, they're Catholic. It's the Vatican.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. He takes whatever name he had, his boy name, his dead name.
The Pope is basically trans.
This burned me up. This is hot as hell. Jesus Christ. This is hot as hell.
The Pope is essentially kind of trans when you think about it.
Go ahead.
New name.
Okay.
We wearing jewelry now.
Clothes.
Because the Catholics, they're like, it's a lot of asceticism, right? It's like.
What's that word again? That's a big word play almost. That's a big word play almost.
That's the religion major for 2 semesters coming out.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit, girl. Whoa, what?
So don't quote me on this, but like, asceticism is basically this kind of type of religion.
Myrtle, spell it, cause you.
Asceticism.
Oh, asceticism. Oh, okay.
ASCET. Ism.
Right.
Ascetic. ICISM. Yeah. Ascetic. ASCETIC. It's like this practice of like religious faith that is very big on like denying themselves of worldly things and like living only by what you need, and there's no extravagance, there's nothing like over the top, that kind of thing. It's not like it's its own religion. It's just kind of like a practice that like there's people within each religion that kind of like have like an ascetic mindset. At least I would think so. But I find it funny because then the Catholics, they like, it's very much like, you know, they talked about like, you know, the poor and the needy, and they're out there and you think it's fucking Disney World because they've got costumes. They've got things that only come out for special occasions. It's drag. That's literally what it is. You're putting on the Pope drag, and then all of a sudden we're supposed to just say, you talking to God? You got a main line now? They found a video of this bitch at like a Chicago Red Sox, not the White Sox, a Chicago baseball game in 2005.
Yes.
In the stands. And they're like, that's the Pope. Also, there's a girl on TikTok who was filming like her mom and like brother like on FaceTime when they found out that he was the Pope, because her mother was hooking up with the guy in college.
Oh.
Like the Pope was her mother's former situationship.
Get into it.
And I thought, and see, the Catholics would like to lead you to believe they don't believe in fucking. Catholics be fucking.
This one does.
He does, and you know what? I respect that.
There's a lot going on this week. It's been, so we got a new Pope, the Met Gala.
Met Gala.
The Met Gala.
Now, who is off the top of your head? Who are you like now, almost a week later? Who are you still being like? I remember this was the person that stuck out to me. Like, who was in your tops of like
supermodel Alton Mason?
Right with
that
the heart. Oh
gorgeous.
My God, Diana Ross.
Gorgeous. Diana Ross. Janelle Monáe. When she had that, like draped over coat, I was like, that's a sickening outfit. And then when Paul Tazwell, soon to be Tony winner Paul Tazwell, already Oscar winner Paul Tazwell. I heard what she said.
Soon to be Tony winner for designing the costumes in Death Becomes Her.
I'm seeing that tonight.
Slim.
I'm seeing it tonight.
I'm seeing Maybe Happy Ending Night. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the Tony Awards in a second. But when Paul Tazwell came up and he took it off, and the outside image was just like a drawing of her outfit, including the bag.
I loved it. Oh.
Monet stays redefined. I was pleasantly surprised with most people this year. I think it was a good theme. I think a lot of people were dressing on theme, which is fun. I really liked Doechie's outfit. I know that was controversial because it seemed a little like kind of out there, but I think that's what the Met Gala is for.
All right, so we're looking here because of course now we're going to get into the series, and we always never choose it or look at it beforehand, and so
you picking it up?
Picking it right now. I just gotta get. Go ahead.
Boop.
Okay.
Okay.
That made it worse. Okay.
that
made it very worse. Okay. There we go. Okay.
All right. So
here we go.
Right. Ready?
Read it.
Wait. And getting blocked won't stop me, honey. If I want to find you, I'll check blank.
You've got celebrity, ex, old best friend, and they block you. You're like, bitch, doesn't stop me at all. Has happened to you before?
Yes. When you have you ever been blocked? Beautiful man like yourself.
That's not a world that I can recognize myself with. Being blocked by who?
Right, I get blocked often.
Actually, yes.
You gotta talk about it. I think you gotta talk about it.
Yes, I have.
I don't think you got blocked. I think there was a whole lot going on in that one.
I want to keep it very vague and very, very loose. But there was someone that I used to know.
Somebody that I used to
know. We don't fuck with each other no more. For good reason. But it was the whole point of it is that I didn't know that he had blocked me until somebody had told me. And by the time that they had told me that he blocked me, I was already mad as hell. So
and you see, this is what I mean. You are the type where I feel like if somebody does you like that, you, the Virgo that you are,
right,
are like, let him burn in hell. Who?
Now we're both mad.
Now we're both mad.
Now we're both mad.
Yeah, I have gotten blocked frequently.
Does getting blocked on Grindr count?
Yes.
I'm sorry. What the hell is going on outside?
It's New York City, baby.
There's mass chaos going on outside.
Ambiance. They're paid actors.
There's mass chaos going on in the middle of the day. Anyway, does being blocked on Grindr count?
Getting blocked, if you've like met someone and like talked to someone, had a conversation with someone, I would say yes. If it's someone that like you say, hey, what's up, and they don't respond and they block you immediately, I don't think that counts.
Okay.
I think in this context, it's like people that you knew were like, you talked, you met, you dated, you were friends.
Okay,
Because I'll send a message on Sniffies, and then they won't say nothing. They'll just block me immediately. Which I'm like, listen, I can't. Sure, fine. I don't know who you are. All I really see is like here down, and
make my own judgment.
It's 2 a.m, so it's like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't think that really counts. I think in this, I would think when I read this, I would think like a person you know, an ex, somebody where there's like real beef with.
Okay,
that's my thought. But why don't we check?
Well, did you say you got blocked?
I've been blocked. I don't know that I've been blocked. There was a guy that I had gone on a date with, and the date did not go well because I blocked him. That's what I did. What happened was I am a Swiftie. I make no secrets about that.
Right.
I think you know me for more than 5 minutes.
Right.
That becomes evident.
Right.
And I have a tattoo on my arm that is a Taylor Swift song. And I was sitting and having drinks with this guy. He was a cute guy, fine, whatever. We had like, it was our first time meeting. We had chatted very briefly on the apps. And we were getting drinks. And he saw my tattoo, and he was like, oh, what is your tattoo? I was like, oh, it's a Taylor Swift tattoo. Like, I saw the Eras Tour bunch last year, and I wanted a tattoo like remember that. I was like, that's what it is. And his first response was, I can't fucking stand her.
Oh, you got to go. Oh, he's not gonna
Now
laugh.
listen, I am self-aware enough to know that like Swifties as a concept are like kind of obnoxious. I will not argue with that. But my thing is, I'm like, how do you think this is going to go? I have a tattoo on my body of lyrics of this like not super pop, like it's a niche song because I went to the tour 8 times. Like,
whoa, did y'all hear that? Don't let her run past that. Do not let him run past that.
Remember what I said about credit card debt? It's only a number.
He saw that girl.
Credit card debt is kind of like
times.
Credit card debt is kind of like your weight and your age. You never ask a lady how much she has. But he said this, and I was like, I don't need to talk about this because I don't.
We're gonna come back to it, but okay.
I don't need everybody to like what I like in order to be friends with them.
Right.
But what I
will not
tolerate is you shitting on what I like just for the sake of shitting on it. When we have literally just met. And so he literally goes on this like tangent for like 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not engaging. I do not care. I do not care enough to argue with somebody else because I like what I like. You like what you like, and that is fine. I went to Renaissance and the Eras Tour in the same goddamn week. Like, I am not pitting the girls against each other. And I showed up at that concert tired as hell.
He did. I was there.
But I was just like, at some point, I was like, can we please stop talking about this and talk about something else? And he kept going. And then finally I was like, fine. I was like, who's your girl? Who's your pops? I know you got one. The way you talk and the way you dress. I know you got one. You know what he said to me? Straight face. He's like, Dua Lipa. I'm like, you mean radical floptimism?
Hey.
Like,
I'm trying to see Miss Girl.
It's always the bitches who can't crack more than 100,000 strings a month that want to have an attitude.
I'm trying to see Miss Girl and come September.
Right, you ain't gonna have a problem because tickets are gonna be so cheap.
That's the point.
Only person cheaper is Katy Perry.
They
still got tickets available for that show.
She giving them shits away.
I asked a friend, I was like, I want to go see Katy Perry. And he said, what are the dates? And I said, Diva, date.
Singular one.
Singular. One.
Can't get folks to steal them goddamn tickets.
Can't give them away.
So, okay. So
all right.
Getting blocked won't stop me, honey. If I want to find you, I'll make a fake profile and catfish the fuck out of you.
Respect it.
What woman is this?
I've done it. I've done it more than I care to admit.
You would... Wait, okay. What goes on in your mind to go, you know what, I'm going to create a separate blank profile? Because my original profile wasn't enough. To harass him even more. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see? You see?
Listen, I may be a Cancer, but I'm an Aries moon. I'm petty. I just only pull it out when it's like, it takes a minute to get there.
What will cause you to go, you know what? Let me create this separate burner account so I can see what he's doing.
It's not so much about seeing what they're doing. It is, you know me.
You can't get away from me, bitch.
You know me. I'm not like that. I have had people do that to me where they like will keep making fake accounts and then will keep messaging me as the same person, being like, you can't get away from me, you can't get away from me. I'm not about doing that. What I am about doing, because Grindr, listen, some of y'all don't realize that you can turn off your distance on Grindr so people can't see it. Which, if people do that, I have a way to get around that too. But there was a person that I was dating for a little bit, and things were kind of ending, and I was very pissed about it. And so I was like in my like sad hopeless state. He had like blocked me on like my account, but I made a second account that was like a burner account because I knew if he was at work, it was this distance. If he was at the gym, it was this distance. If he was at home, it was this distance. And so I could always tell where he was. It was mostly just a way of keeping myself sad.
And that made sense to you?
But I did catfish someone once as another person because I wanted to make them feel pain. Like I wanted them to like get their hopes up and then block them.
Please put in the comments if you've ever created a burner catfish account. Please, please, please. I got to see this.
I'll do it again.
I
have no regrets. Because I heard about it like later after I did that, I heard about it through a friend of a friend that it's still, like, he would still mention it about, like, because he didn't know it was, the whole thing. And I knew that what I had done was effective. And that, baby, I sleep just fine at night. You see, no wrinkles.
Ooh, moving on. Someone said, your Twitter likes. So I guess back when Twitter had likes.
Back in the day, throwback, dead name.
Twitter likes, Snap Map.
Snap Map. Bitches don't know. Bitches sleep on a Snap Map. Because they forget they made that account in high school.
And left it there.
And they forgot. And now they only use it for porn and streaks.
Long time ago, I was like, I'm too grown to keep up with this meaningless, simple, you snap me a picture of bullshit.
Of the wall.
Just for a streak. Fuck you and this goddamn streak. I'm not keeping up with it. I don't care enough. And so, I'm grown. In the words of Kenny Morgan, I don't have to send, sexually charged things over Snap because it's gonna delete in 24 hours. I'm grown. If I want to send my dick via iMessage, guess what the fuck I'm gonna do?
and would.
I
did that before I got here, actually.
If I want to send my booty, this is my booty.
It's my home.
On Instagram.
I've seen it. Who's gonna check it? It's the same thing. I don't delete. Do you delete your history, your internet search history?
I used to, back when I was straight. For some reason, I was so afraid. Like when I was like hadn't come out yet. I was so afraid to someone was gonna have my phone and then deep dive into it and see all the gay shit that I had been looking at. And then I got older, began paying my own phone bill, and I was like, whoever has my phone?
I am on like Pornhub so often that it has it as a suggested website on my because
Instagram.
If you go on this, it's got your fave. And what about it? Who's checking it? I pay for it.
Every day we stray further and further away from the Lord.
You either watch porn or you lie about it. Come on.
I want to be someone that doesn't watch porn. I'm sure there are some.
I actually have a couple friends because I grew up super Christian, and some of them, some of my friends are still very faithful Christian people, but not in a Republican way, in a very progressive, gay people are great kind of way. And one of them is gay, and he hasn't watched porn since 2016.
Good for him.
Honestly,
good for him.
I'm not saying that anyone has watched porn.
No.
I've seen enough. I don't need to watch it.
Right. I got the image.
I do enjoy a fan fiction.
Like cartoon?
No, mama, not that. Like
anime?
A story. I'll read.
Oh, you'll read a little. You'll read a little.
Because then I can imagine.
Read a little 50 Shades of Grey.
No, that shit's fucking boring. Straight people. 50 Shades of Grey. Snooze. I want to read about people fucking. I don't want 10 pages about his hand caressed my thigh and my entire body felt alive as if I had just
No.
the article and my goose pimple. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about. Start fucking.
I want to read about two people in the backseat of a 92 pickup Chevy.
It's the same reason where I'm like, there are some of these bitches that have Twitter accounts and they don't ever tweet their dick. They just tweet them pulling it out. I'm like, show it or move on.
Or delete this shit.
I mean, anyway.
Someone say the county jail. Bitch, let me tell you something. Where I grew up, everybody know everybody. So you want to see where somebody at? Check arrestedinmobile.com. See what show up. Everybody that got arrested last night, it shows up. Mugshot and all. And what they got arrested for the night prior. Arrestedinmobile.com.
Mugshot.
Height,
weight.
And what you did, the charges. Girl, in the worst image of you, honey. If you really want to know.
From above.
Fluorescent honey, cancerous. If you really want to know.
No diffuser, nothing.
Nothing.
And of course, if you're getting arrested for a DUI, God knows you don't look put together, diva.
Hey. I smiled in mine. Moving on. Someone said the county docket. your parents, the person's parents. So like if I want to know what you're doing, I'll ask your parents. Your mama.
Because she likes me more than you. Now wake that up.
Now you know about that, don't you? Right? Wasn't there someone that you were dating and their parents liked you, or their friends, right?
Yeah. I think with a lot of people that I've dated, not there. Yeah, you're thinking of. I dated someone. Like gay people, like we all live in New York, and like none of our parents like live here unless you're like from here or whatever. Right. So like I think for gay people, like meeting the parents is really just like meeting the friends,
the close friends,
friend group, right? In like a concentrated setting. And there was a person that I dated who we dated. He had a bunch of friends that I met through him,
right?
That had like worked with him, or he'd met doing this, or met doing that, or whatever, and. After we broke up a number of years ago now. After we broke up, all of those people, like, I see them out and they will like still talk to me, follow each other, keep up with each other, invite me to their like Christmas parties and stuff. They haven't talked to him in 3.5, 4 years, Dio. And that's what you call winning the breakup.
Yeah, I've not had. I've not had that, no. He was so good at stealing this man's friends that then I ended up meeting the friends. And then I ended up hooking up with one of the friends. Best decision I ever made. Not only did we hook up separately, we did it again at that man's house. We did it again. I forgot about that. At that man's house.
And man, it pissed him off, and I was living. I loved it. It was like before. It was like a month before we broke up.
This is a long time ago.
And I was like, he is so angry about this right now, and I kind of love that. That should have been an indication. We should have just got it off then. But
and everyone knew that we had like just hooked up in the bathroom because I came out of the bathroom, bitch, exhausted,
stumbling, sweating. All right, moving on. Getting blocked won't stop me, honey. If I want to find you, I'll check. All I'll say is that the only thing you need to become a private investigator in Alabama is a business license. Now that is dedication. Here's the thing though, becoming a private investigator, getting licensed to become a private investigator, that does not mean that like you suddenly have like all these things at your disposal.
Osmosis Jones and shit.
Right, like you don't you're not all of a sudden good. You was crazy before that. You're just legally
crazy.
And you're just legally licensed to be a psycho. And listen,
do you remember Cheaters?
Vaguely.
You don't remember this? Oh my God! This is one of the best shows that was on TV year to date, next to Jerry Springer. And bitch, this show was the hottest thing on motherfucking TV. Jerry Springer, cops, cheaters.
Cops, I forgot.
I fucking love cops. I goddamn love cops. It's so fucking good.
Man.
So it's a show called Cheaters, and basically what it was like, imagine Catfish, but they were cheating. And so it was either a man or a woman. They would hire the team, and they would follow the person that was accused of cheating, follow him around wherever he was going. And then at one point, when the cheater was with the person, they would then confront the person. And sometimes the woman would come in, who is this bitch windmilling and shit, fighting the girl, fighting the man. There was no resolution. They were just catching them cheating and then letting them fight. And that was the show.
That's television. Have you ever been, that's what I want to know, have you ever been the one that is like being cheated with?
Oh.
Have you ever had someone who like you was there? And I take it by that response.
Oh.
Yeah. If we're honest as gay people who are like, we keep this. I keep the streets hot. You not as much anymore, but
back when I used to trailblaze.
I have a time or two found myself in a situation
where I was the glue. Baby. I remember vividly when I used to traipse through these goddamn streets. Baby, they used to call me a lethal weapon in these some bitches. Baby, they used to call me can do, honey. Cause she can do. She can do. I used to run grooves in the goddamn streets. Honey, I wasn't nothing to play with. This motherfucker. Y'all must not know my goddamn name. Y'all don't know who the fuck y'all playing with, bitch. I'm a motherfucker in these goddamn. Y'all must not know about me. Y'all focus on the wrong motherfucking thing. Pay your bills, drink your water. When is your next dentist appointment? Work on yourself. Cause what I had going on over here was some serious shit. I was fucking the girls up. Yeah, sit here. Talk to me like you don't know what the fuck you looking at, honey. I used to. Shit. Ain't nothing funny around this motherfucking girl. I used to, and now I'm in remission.
What was it you said to me?
I'm in remission now. I slowed down. I'm wearing the patch right now. I'm trying to quit. I'm domesticated now.
What was it? After you started dating Frankie, and I was talking to you one day, and you said it's hard work turning a hoe into a housewife.
It's hard work. It's hard work turning a hoe into a housewife. It's like you go from like sucking dick to like to like making meals and shit. But don't forget, bitch, I remember how to suck dick. Shit, I'm changed now. I'm saved. I am forward progressive. Moving on.
I'm gonna check in the club bathroom stall.
Oh yeah, the club bathroom stall.
Rise,
damn girl. If you sitting here walking back to back from bathroom to bathroom, checking the seat, that's his feet right there. Yeah, Jonathan, get your ass up this.
I know them shoes. They're my fucking shoes.
Get my shoes out of there. You in there with that bitch? If you walking around checking underneath the stalls for that man's feet, there is a website that I want to report you to. It's called BetterHelp. Have you ever heard of BetterHelp.com?
So okay, it's kind of somewhat not related to what you were saying. When I was in Georgia, like first coming out, first getting on the apps, like first hooking up with people, there was this guy that was in like a sketchy part of town that I knew, but my options were limited. And wait a
minute. Was it sketchy because it was sketchy, or was it sketchy because white folks said it was sketchy?
It was sketchy because it was sketchy because there was plenty of white folks over there still doing meth. That's what it was.
All right, never mind.
That's what it was.
All right, you got your check. Check.
It's East Rome.
I don't know what that means.
East Rome, Georgia.
Georgia.
Okay. Georgia, yeah. And I went to this guy's house and we were hooking up, and I am naked, right?
KKID?
KKID.
Naked.
Naked. Like having sex with this man in his living room. He's naked, I'm naked. We are in it.
In the throes of it.
We are in the throes of passion.
We ain't here frying fish.
We making muffins.
We ain't here frying fish.
We doing all sorts of stuff. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we hear this pop, 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 pop on the door. Like, this was not knocking the door. This was the FBI are coming in to raid your house and take you to jail.
You would have thought
knocking on the door.
You would have thought we had it.
You would have thought like OJ himself was in that house, and they had LoJack on that bitch, and we're gonna drag him in for that woman. Dead, mind you, he's dead, been dead. They was gonna still take his ass in. That is what it sounded like. And I looked at him and I said, "What was that?" And he was like, "Don't worry about it. It's just my friend."
Okay.
We keep going. About 30 seconds later, the noise moves to the back door. It's a house. Remember, Georgia people, even if they're poor, they're rich.
Go ahead.
They got a front door and a back door.
I hear what you're saying.
Then all of a sudden, the knocking's at the window. Then it's in the bedroom window.
Of the house.
This house, right? Like
So someone is outside.
Someone is outside moving around the house.
Banging on the door.
Banging on every which old thing they can find. And I have had sex with maybe 4 people in my life at this point. This is like an early hookup, like, era of me. And I am freaking the fuck out because I'm like, I am gonna get shot dead in this fucking house.
Not shot dead.
And ain't nobody gonna know where I am. And then they gonna find, not only are they gonna find out that I died at a hookup, but then they gonna see this man
naked.
and be like, and he was ugly at that too.
He wasn't ugly when you was busting down for him. Moving on, go ahead.
Listen. A great actor can perform under any circumstances, honey. Everybody deserves the same show, even if they paid $300 to sit in the orchestra or $20 to sit in the back.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling
You
that.
deserve the same show either way.
Same
and
show.
He starts moving around, and then all of a sudden, this guy, now he's panicking. First thing he does is make his bed look like he's been sleeping in it. That's the first thing this man does.
Bitch, I'm captured.
And I said, I want to leave. I want to get out. And he was like, here's what we're gonna do. When he knocks on the front door, you got the back door. Or no, he was like, when he knocks on the back door, you got the front door. Because my car was parked next to the back door. So he's like, when he's at the back door, you got the front door. I'll let him in and like get him out so that you don't have to worry about it. And I was like, okay, cool. Knocked on the back door, I'm out the front door quick.
Girl, what kind of shit is this?
I'm out the front door quick. I walk around the back. I come back to where my car is. The bitch is still at the back door. So now I'm getting in my car, and then this man that I've never seen that is clearly crazy and clearly his boyfriend was like, where are you coming from?
To you.
To me, 21 years old, hymen barely broke off of my hole. Like, it was like
the hymen.
I was smaller than I am today. Today I have muscles and a mustache. I'm more imposing. This was Clint Kenny, right? And I said, I was seeing a friend. He's like, which friend? And I was like fumbling with my keys. Of course, my car dragged and I was trying to start it. I zoomed out of that parking lot. All this to say, that's the bitch that would check the bathroom stall. Moving on. I'm checking the Venmo feed now.
Bitch,
that's
the one. That's living in 2030.
That's next level. But if you have your Venmo transactions public, what the hell are you doing?
You can't see the price of it, but you can see like what it is.
I don't need you to know my business like that.
So you send them all private?
Yes.
First of all, that was a great story. I had never heard that story before. That was a very good story.
That was literally, I had not told any of my friends that I'd started having sex or that I had started hooking up with people. And I drove home and I called one of my friends and I said, I need to talk to you. I was like, I need to start telling you about where I go.
The Venmo feed is like the best back entrance to see what people are doing.
That's next level.
And see where they are.
And to see who
they're with. Yes. And that's the kicker right there.
Because why is that bitch paying you and she says that it was brunch? Why is that bitch that we were talking about that you?
Then we had a whole argument about that.
You swore on the
up
Bible
and down that you did not know this bitch.
I didn't know her. I ain't hanging out with her.
You swore up and down.
And now and it's a drink emoji and a winky face. Now we know.
Friday night, you and your boys went out to eat.
If 6 of y'all went out,
there it is.
Then 4 of you are really cheap.
Hallelujah.
And you want to know what else? Here's the thing. If you're doing that and you tell somebody, I'm out with my boys, that is your permission to rack the bill up. Because then she wouldn't have known if you wasn't a cheapskate and buying cheap shit. You have to go buy. I'm buying the Dom Perignon.
What's that word again?
I'm getting caviar. I'm getting tiramisu.
All the girls.
I'm getting a mise en place. I'm getting an in-between course. We are having an experience here tonight. That is where your mistake was. And if Whitney was still alive today, I'd tell her that. I'd tell her to do it again.
Someone said the 4 local bars that we all frequent. So, all roads lead back to Rome.
I want to know what, it actually says 4 Hell's Kitchen bars. I want to know what Hell's Kitchen bars they were. because if any of those bars that you list are Rise, Industry, Hush, or Hardware, baby, that's your fault for not aiming higher.
Damn. I didn't know what he was gonna say.
Sorry about it. Sorry.
That's your fault for not aiming higher.
Right. Find someone to taste.
Someone said, in my mental health in question, why I'm seeking out an unavailable person.
I'll check in with my mental health. And
Oh.
I'm seeing out an unavailable person. That's the person who's been to therapy.
Okay.
Like they said, I'll check in with myself to be like, I don't need that. And listen, if this was you, I want you to say, I'm proud of you. We here at Emergency Contact, we are proud of you. We are not that evolved.
Can't register.
No,
I can't.
I don't know what that is.
In a binary system of zeros and ones, it's a fucking 2.
It does not compute. This is like trying to run iOS 17 on a TI-85 calculator. It is not. It wasn't made for it, and even if it did fit, it wouldn't work right. Like, you don't have half the buttons. You need to be doing all that.
It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Like what? It's like 2 plus size batteries to each other. Like what?
It's more confusing than 2 tops who thought the other one was a bottom.
Damn.
It's something's not working here.
But we need more people like you in this world.
We do. We need more people like you, and I support you, and I love it.
I'm in remission.
If I want to find you, I will check medical records.
Yes, going to jail too.
That's a HIPAA violation.
Immediately.
I know there are medical professionals
out there.
On this feed that are fans of this pod, fans of the pod, because we have fans of it. Unless they made you your contact and then they forgot to change it, then that is their fault.
If you check my medical records, figure out where I'm at, and hear me good when I say this, your ass will be in jail before the sun come up. I'm not playing with you.
I don't even like the government, but I'm calling them on that.
I'm calling the government. This some bitch right here, y'all give a license to.
This one
right here.
I found him. I ain't never seen him in my life.
But that one right there. There's ass go right there.
I'm checking your tag photos. Your Facebook about. Old yearbooks, LinkedIn, this person has to be over the age of 35.
This person.
They mentioned yearbooks, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Girl, I ain't heard about a yearbook. Do I even have
They were born in the Reagan administration.
If you are checking someone's LinkedIn, I may have to fight you. Because if you come anywhere near my job, bitch, I'll bust your teeth in.
If I never go on LinkedIn again,
it'll be too soon.
It'll be too soon.
It'll be too soon.
It'll be too soon.
If you yes, there are many ways. Private investigators, bathroom stall, the county jail, hell, you can do all those things. If you do anything that affects my job, bitch, I will destroy you.
And here's the thing that none of these folks realize is that if you really want to know what someone's up to, all you gotta do is ask a gay Aries, because them bitches will have their active location on fucking satellite, so you know when they're even in the subway, bitch. And so even if you don't have cell service, as long as you have a view of the sky. I think that's
the mark of the beast.
Someone, one day when we are not just whittling this podcast together on a dream and a prayer, and we get a team, the first thing we need to get is someone to fact check what we say.
No.
Where's the fun in that? If the Republicans can do it, we can do it too.
The Port Authority bathrooms. Now if I catch you looking for your man at the Port Authority bathroom, that is your fault, and you need to aim higher. You know what? Matter of fact, I don't even know.
You deserve
it. It's not your fault. If I catch you looking for your man in the Port Authority bathroom or anywhere in that area, it's my fault. Why in the hell do I know you? Why in the hell?
Actually, thank you for sharing that, so that I know that I need to stop associating
with you
permanently and forever.
I make the choice for the both of us.
There is a guy that I met on Hinge. I matched on Hinge, very my type. He looks like he lives in Brooklyn, but he lives on the Upper East Side. That's where his little location was. Nose ring, shaggy hair, mustache, tattoos, weak in the knees, right? we start chatting, and I'm very much like, there's a vibe, whatever, you're cute, whatever, let's meet up. Let's grab a drink, let's do something. And I was like, hey, like, what are you up to this weekend? Let's whatever. This was like the weekend that Mayhem came out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm busy tonight, what you doing this weekend? He was like, well, I feel like I should say, I don't actually live on the Upper East Side. I live in Central New Jersey. And I changed my location on Hinge so that I could find people in a city in which I do not live. He was like, but I'm in the city often. And now listen, if there's one thing that a bitch that doesn't live in New York City loves to do, is they love to say, but I'm in the city often. There are bitches that I have matched with years ago, and they live in Long Island, they live in whatever, because they changed their goddamn location.
Right.
Misleading, Your Honor.
Fraud.
Federal. That's a felony.
That's a felony.
That's a felony. And they're like, I'm in the city often. Bitch, they haven't been in the city one goddamn time in the 2 years. Since one of them loves to be like, when are we gonna hang out? And I'm like, I have told you time and again, whenever you're here, you ring my line. You have my number. You got my Instagram. You got my LinkedIn. We got it. Right? We see each other, right?
Like, I'm in the city often, yeah, but when you're here, you got work to do. You smell like you've been outside walking all day.
And this one, and then you want to ask, like, you got a shower. Now I have to know, is it just because he's in the city, or does he have a house? Don't laugh at me, because you know good goddamn well, back in your hoe days,
I had to tell somebody.
You had to tell somebody.
I was like, I'm not homeless.
And you said, I'm not homeless, but I do need to shower. And then you stopped doing that, and then what did you start doing? You started coming to my house to shower before your hookups.
I did that one time.
Twice. At least. Maybe even 3 times. And because I'm a good friend, and I live in Midtown, and I know what that means, that people hit me up when they want to shower and they want to take a shit in my house, which you have done.
Twice, at least. Now, y'all see, I told y'all thought I was bullshit when I said I was trailblazing through these streets. I was. And if it wasn't for this man right here, allow me to freshen myself up.
Following in the footsteps of Marsha P. Johnson herself.
Girl. Moving on, honey. Someone said the NYPD's Instagram every day.
Now, is this because they work for the NYPD, or is it because they're getting taken in by the NYPD? Also, why does the NYPD have an Instagram?
Why? To tell us what?
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, right. I want to see it too.
I'm looking this the fuck up. The official Instagram account of the NYPD. Account not monitored 24/7. Please call 911 or 311.
Say that last part again.
They said not monitored every day. Please call 911 or 311.
What did you think you were gonna do when you were if you were in an emergency, like fire, brimstone, like
said, you know what I'm doing?
You know what to do?
I'm gonna send an Instagram DM.
Cause that's
the NYPD
Instagram. If you are in an emergency, damn 911, do you have Instagram? Open it up. Please.
When you are making chicken, do you rinse off your chicken before you cook it, or do you not rinse off your chicken?
The answer is wash your meat. But that's a different part. I'm not finna get into you and the ins and outs and throws about Kenny washing motherfucking food.
I do, but I was thinking about it one day and I was like, I'm out here rinsing off chicken. I'm like, is this like a real thing, or is this just a white people thing that like we do? And I put a poll on that. I am not kidding you. I have put half naked pictures of myself on Instagram more times than I can count. And I have never
gotten the
attention that I got when I was asking about, like, I get maybe 300 people that watch my stories on a regular basis. There were 100 DMs, and every single one contradicted the one that came before it. It said, I'm an epidemiologist. I'm a scientist. My dad's a food scientist. My mama said so, bitch. Like,
I watched my grandmother growing up. You know the NYPD had to put that disclaimer on there because it started happening? Stay with me now. Stay with me. They wouldn't have to put "it's hot" on the motherfucking coffee cup if bitches weren't suing McDonald's or whatever coffee industry because they were burning the goddamn hand. If we would not have warning labels if we didn't have stupid people.
That's the real.
Do you know that we got to put signs on doors that say push?
Don't you start talking because I know you have pulled a push door before. Sign in front of your face, nonetheless.
Do you know that we have to tell people, watch your step? Do you know that we have to tell people, and this is the one that evades my mind, we have to tell people to wash their hands before they go back to work.
That's a health code violation.
And because for some reason you are in such a big goddamn hurry that you don't got time to shit, wipe, and wash your hands.
But you know what? It's not the shitters. It's the
peers.
It's the pissers. Because when you go to the bathroom and you gotta sit down at all, you gotta touch stuff. You're like, I've touched it. You do that for yourself. You're like, I need to wash my hands because I don't know what I've touched.
Correct.
But especially for men, where like we can go in there and we can just like drop and go. Like if we're peeing at a urinal, I don't touch nothing. It flushes itself. I don't even touch that.
Wash your damn hands. I don't care.
Now here's a question: if you pee at the house, if you pee at home, do you wash your hands?
Yes. Now, when I come in from outside in the world, I clean my ass right over here to this Dawn dishwashing liquid. I put the Dawn in my hand and the soap and the little hand soap, and I wash my hands. When I'm here in the house and I need to wash my hands, I just use the regular hand soap. But I wash my damn hands. That's why you bitches are sick now. That's why y'all hoes is sick now, because you don't wash your damn hands. There are too many of y'all that utter this phrase in your mind. There are too many of y'all that say to yourselves, hand sanitizer will do. Myrtle, wash your motherfucking hands.
I think that the 10th circle of hell is reserved for is bitches who take a shit in the bar bathroom and then walk out and don't wash their hands.
I don't get it.
Because not only are you taking a shit in the bar bathroom,
that's the worst.
Where you are not only like you are interrupting the nice people in either stall who are trying to either fuck or do cocaine, which is what bathrooms in gay bars are for. That's what the stalls are for. If you have to shit, go home. Go home. Because you ain't bottoming, or you're gonna start painting bitches, right? So then there's that. Because you ain't done a freshen up, and then on top of all that, you're sitting down on a toilet where God knows what these bitches have been doing. Cocaine in your hole.
You'll die.
Popper juice everywhere.
Do your due diligence, bitch. Go.
And then you're gonna not wash your hands?
When I tell you.
10th circle of hell.
Hell gonna be so packed. Hell gonna be packed. Yeah, some of you bitches not gonna make it.
And shouldn't.
Someone said the IRS. Have none of you ever stalked before?
I can't say I've ever done that.
You would go, I mean, if you work for the government.
What's that gonna tell you? Other than your address, your social security number, your date of birth, your mother's maiden, your income, your place of work. Oh wait, maybe she found something.
Maybe she.
Actually, you know what? You had me in the first half, but I came around in the second.
And I was like, well, there's no way you have access to this. And I was like, well, you know what? You probably did have access to this at one point, but now Trump fired your ass, so now you ain't got it. So I was worried about it, no longer. Moving on.
And I think this is the last one. If I want to find you, I'll check the SIM card I cloned while you were in the shower.
Get the fuck off my phone. Bye.
So here's what this says.
What?
Number one, you're an Android user.
And if that's the case,
that's on
shame on me. Shame on
for
me.
associating with you to begin with. Because if I get your number off of a dating app and I send you a text message and those bubbles turn green, this isn't gonna work.
It's not gonna last long.
This isn't gonna work. You ain't fixing to fuck up every group chat that I put you in. I'm gonna leave your ass out.
I'm gonna leave you out, and I feel nothing about it.
Not a damn thing.
I'm gonna leave you out and just verbally tell you, be glad I told you.
Right. You're on thin fucking ice. Because when I tell you,
you're on thin goddamn ice.
when I tell you that Samsung, Google, Microsoft, whatever, they could
I don't
come,
care.
They could
I don't
come
give
up
a
with
fuck.
a phone that printed
Money.
$100 bills in legal U.S. tender. I could print it and spend it like that. It could break into the fucking Pentagon. And I would still be in line on day one of that iPhone 57. It looks exactly like this one that I got in my hand right now, and I wouldn't think twice about it.
They could make a phone that printed money.
Legal U.S. tender. And I would still use an iPhone.
That's funny as hell.
If you are using a Samsung device, I had someone who recently had an iPhone and switched to an Android, and I said, this is not going to work. It's been great being friends. I can't do this because what does that say about me? Because if there's one thing that we know in today is that it's not just what you do.
It's the company you keep.
It's the company you keep.
Hallelujah.
Company you keep. If I go on your Instagram and I see that you follow Donald J. Trump,
right.
What am I supposed to expect? If I'm getting green text messages, I'm sorry, I'm not Polish.
A equals B.
And on that note,
we did it.
We made it through another series.
We made it through. That was a long one.
That was a long one.
That was an hour?
I think that was an hour.
That was an hour?
I can't believe that we didn't even notice
that was an hour.
Just yapping. Let us know how you think. Do you like hour-long episodes? Did you stay this entire time? And if you did,
if you made it to this point,
if you did, I'll suck your dick personally. We'll line up in neighboring rooms, and you can go between both of them and see who does it better. We'll invite you on the podcast to be a guest.
Well, no, don't rely on me. I suck subpart dick. I say that every day.
I'm quite good at. Listen, if you love something, you never work a day in your life. That's what my mama always told me. She also said that we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on, and a glass of her boudoir.
That's a song.
Said there's nothing wrong with loving who you are because he made you perfect, babe. So,
where can they find you?
Hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. Listen to me when I say you can find me on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Venmo. I changed it today. Kendall W. Morgan.
You can find me anywhere you search Instagram at Mally, 2 underscores, and H.
Thanks for watching.
It's been a good show.
This has been a good show. This was a good one.
That was fun.
It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what we think.
Exactly. This is our show.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
We will see you next time. And until then, keep your emergency contacts close. See you later.
Bye.